The WWE Universe witnessed absolute chaos unfold on Monday Night Raw as Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins launched one of the most shocking and violent ambushes in recent memory, targeting none other than Roman Reigns. What began as a routine segment to address Reigns' dominance quickly descended into an all-out brawl that left the undisputed champion battered, bloodied, and barely conscious as Raw went off the air. For years, fans have speculated about the possibility of these three former Shield brothers crossing paths again in a scenario that would shake the WWE to its core. But no one, not even the most passionate of WWE insiders, could have predicted the ferocity that Lesnar and Rollins brought to Raw this week. The calm before the storm. The night started like any other episode of Raw. High energy, packed arena, and a buzz in the air that promised something big. Roman Reigns, making a rare appearance on the red brand, was set to address the WWE Universe about his upcoming title defense. With Paul Heyman by his side, the tribal chief entered the ring, exuding his usual air of dominance and arrogance. The crowd was divided with chants of "Let's go Roman," clashing with loud boos echoing through the arena. Reigns, ever confident, began his promo by declaring himself the greatest champion of this generation. He bragged about defeating everyone in his path, from Cody Rhodes to Randy Orton, and reminded the audience that the bloodline still runs WWE. But as Reigns continued his speech, subtle signs hinted that something was brewing. Cameras caught Heyman nervously glancing toward the entrance ramp. There was tension in his expression, as if he knew a storm was coming. Moments later, that storm arrived. The return of the Beast. The arena lights dimmed, and suddenly, the unmistakable guitar riff of Brock Lesnar's entrance theme hit. The crowd exploded. The Beast Incarnate was back, and he was marching to the ring with a purpose. His face was a mix of fury and focus, his every step echoing the promise of violence. Reigns' confident smirk vanished as he turned to face the man who once conquered him at SummerSlam. Heyman's expression morphed from shock to fear. The man who once managed Lesnar knew better than anyone what was about to happen. Lesnar climbed into the ring, standing nose to nose with Reigns as the crowd roared in anticipation. The two titans exchanged words, inaudible over the chants of Suplex City and Roman sucks. Then, just when it seemed a physical clash was imminent, Lesnar stepped back and smirked. The confusion on Reigns' face said it all, until another familiar theme hit. Seth Rollins joins the mayhem. The WWE Universe erupted as Seth "Freakin' Rollins" music blared through the arena. Dressed in a black leather jacket and his signature wild grin, Rollins strutted down the ramp like a man who knew something the rest of the world didn't. For weeks, Rollins had been hinting that he was done playing nice. Many assumed his comments were directed at Cody Rhodes or Damian Priest, but it now seemed clear his target was much bigger. As Rollins entered the ring, he stood beside Lesnar, and to everyone's disbelief, the two men nodded at each other. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman both looked stunned. "What the hell is this?" Heyman shouted, clutching the championship tightly. The answer came swiftly and violently. The brutal attack. In an instant, Lesnar lunged at Reigns with a thunderous clothesline that sent the champion crashing to the mat. The crowd gasped as the Beast began unloading a flurry of punches, his raw power overwhelming the tribal chief. Rollins joined in, stomping on Reigns' chest and legs, laughing maniacally as the audience alternated between cheers and boos. The referee crew rushed the ring, but Lesnar shoved them away like they were nothing. "Suplex City!" the crowd chanted as Lesnar lifted Reigns into the air and delivered not one, not two, but 5 consecutive German suplexes, each one shaking the ring and leaving Reigns gasping for breath. Rollins taunted him between each suplex. "Come on, big dog. You remember me, don't you? The architect who broke the Shield." When Reigns tried to crawl toward the ropes, Rollins struck again, hitting a devastating curb stomp that sent the champion's head crashing into the mat. The arena erupted in shock as Rollins dropped to his knees, laughing hysterically, while Lesnar circled Reigns like a predator toying with its prey. Then, as if to send a message to the entire WWE universe, Lesnar hoisted Reigns up one last time and delivered an F5 through the announce table, shattering it into pieces. The aftermath, chaos, and carnage. Paul Heyman screamed for help as medical staff rushed to ringside. Reigns lay motionless among the wreckage, his chest heaving, blood trickling from a cut near his temple. Lesnar stood over him, breathing heavily, while Rollins mockingly held up the undisputed championship belt. The crowd chanted, "Holy shit," over and over, a testament to the sheer brutality of what they had just witnessed. Lesnar eventually turned to Rollins, the tension between them palpable even in alliance. Without saying a word, Lesnar nodded, an acknowledgement of shared purpose, before walking up the ramp. Rollins remained in the ring, grinning as he grabbed a microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen," he sneered, "you're looking at the end of the Tribal Chief era." The crowd erupted once again, half in shock, half in disbelief. Backstage reaction. Moments after Raw went off the air, chaos continued behind the scenes. Reports surfaced that Triple H was furious over the unplanned brutality of the segment. Medical officials confirmed that Roman Reigns suffered a mild concussion and rib contusions, though no fractures were reported. When asked about the attack, Rollins brushed off reporters, saying, "Sometimes you have to tear down an empire to build a revolution." Lesnar, on the other hand, left the arena without comment, but not before sending one chilling message to a backstage producer. "Tell Roman I'm not finished."